Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, the content for tonight is something that I am pleased to bring you, also with a little bit of caution tied in. The gun control lobby is sending shots across Biden's bow hardcore. They are amping up the political pressure and straight out threatening him politically. This is big news because they've only done this a couple times, and every time they've done it, something has happened on the back end, and they've motivated the president to move. So this is definitely something we need to watch, but they are threatening political support, and this is big. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. I want to hear from you guys in the comments on this one, and send this one out, because this one everyone needs to see, because they're turning on Biden. This is big. Now I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, Sportsman's Guide, for this week's videos, and then we're going to jump into the details, because this is massive. Whatever you're looking to put on the table this season, big game, turkey, fish, upland birds, waterfowl, Sportsman's Guide has what you need to succeed. From the brands you trust, we're talking Vortex, Scentlock, Irish Setter, Nomad, all the heavy hitters. And Sportsman's Guide isn't just a one-trick pony. They've got everything for your outdoor lifestyle, from camping, fishing, and hiking to working outside or just hanging out with your buddies. The bottom line, if it happens outdoors, you'll find it at Sportsman Guide. If you're ever there, use code Langley20 for $20 off and check them out today. And thank you to Sportsman's Guide for sponsoring this week's videos. But let's get into the details here, because this is the stuff you came for right here. This is why we watch every single day, and we're always updating this. Quote from CNN. "We're not asking for magical things. Anti-gun violence groups launch campaign to pressure Biden 4 years after Parkland." Now they're talking about the rally that occurred at the White House today, because they have not gotten what they wanted yet. And this article came out today, as you can see. But listen to some of the comments, and you tell me what they're thinking here, because this is big. Quote, "Biden has been a friend but not a leader," David Hogg, founder of March for Our Lives and a survivor of the Parkland shooting, told CNN about Biden's willingness to listen to the group's concerns. Now, David Hogg, enough said, but he's got more to say about Biden, because he's starting to threaten that political pressure, and you know who he is anyway. Quote, "He's made small steps, but it's not enough. The president hasn't been receptive to our demands. We expected this from former President Donald Trump, but we're shocked that it's coming from Biden," he said. So they're likening Biden to Trump, and that is like Biden's anti-thing, right? Because that's like not good for them. Anyway. In order to combat gun violence, the coalition is asking the president, and here are the demands: to establish a national office of gun violence prevention. Further, invest in community violence intervention programs, which happen to be tucked at $5 billion, tucked into the Build Back Better plan, which failed miserably. They didn't get their money, so they want that money. Hold the gun industry accountable by nominating a new director to lead Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and use the presidential bully pulpit to bring attention to the issue and coordinate a comprehensive response. National Office of Gun Violence Prevention, that's an executive order they want him to do. Invest in community violence intervention programs, that's the money that they had coming to them, which failed, that $5 billion. And then they want a new ATF director. Okay, let's see what else they've got. All the other threats they're going to throw at him right here, because it's not over. There's like 3 more points. Quote, "We're not asking for magical things. This is the bare minimum for what a champion of gun violence prevention should be doing, and thus far, the president hasn't." This is from our friend Igor Volsky, founder of Guns Down America, which has urged political and business leaders to prioritize gun violence prevention. Now, if you guys remember Igor, I'm going to call him Igor because I just like that name. He's the same guy who was pressuring Biden back in April of 2021 when he was first inaugurated, and that's how the money got into the Build Back Better plan, because they wanted that money for community investment, violence prevention. Remember that? Well, he's back. So that's what he's doing. Let's see what else he has to say. As Democrats grapple with how to tackle a program that has been used against them by Republicans with some success in past elections, this is where CNN confirms this election coming up in the midterms is going to be about guns, and is shaping up to be a key issue in the midterms this fall. Biden elevated his party's work and proposals to combat illegal guns onto the national stage. Comment below if you remember when we talked about the fact that guns were going to be the main focal point back in January. They forecast everything they're going to do through the media because it directs the Democrats what to do. This is what we do on this channel. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is the why, right? Quote, It's been incredibly frustrating and frankly angering that as we see gun sales skyrocket, as we see gun homicides skyrocket, as we see a dramatic increase in the threat of political violence in this country and mass situations, that this president has yet to issue a truly comprehensive plan of action, Volsky said. So he's angry that the guns are going up. What's the president going to do about that? Nothing. But that doesn't matter because they have a one-track mind. Get rid of all guns. Quote, "The significant increase in gun violence over the last couple of years is simply too hard to ignore, and I do believe the president when he says and when he said that this issue is a priority for him, so they're giving him an out right here. And so, if you're able to organize enough public pressure to get him to understand that there's actually a political cost to ignoring the promises he made, then you can get the president to move. They gave him an out by saying, I do believe you. See what he did here? But I did threaten you the rest of this entire article, but you have an out here, so you can do the right thing." That's what they're doing. They are amping the political pressure going into the midterms, and they're threatening him politically. Don't take it any other way. They are really, really irritated. That's what I have for you guys tonight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one on the Bullet Points in the Morning. I'm Braden. See you later.